Good evening. I'd like to call to order the October 17th, 2023 Little Rock City Board of Directors meeting. We would like to welcome those that are in attendance as well as those that are watching home and streaming online. I want to take this opportunity for a period of silence, recognition, honor, and love of the longest tenured Little Rock City manager, Bruce T. Moore, someone we all loved, respected, called friend, brother, and colleague, who demonstrated the best of Little Rock, who gave every breath of his life to make Little Rock better. Moment of silence. Amen. We as a city share our prayers and condolences with Bruce's family, especially his son, Luke, and fiance, Siobhan, and countless family members, friends, loved ones, and we share our love with them. Madam Clerk, if you would, please call the roll.
Director Miller,
I'm here.
Director Richardson,
Here.
Director Peck, Director Hines,
Present.
Director Lewis,
Here.
Director Wyrick,
Present.
Director Compuris, Director Phillips,
Present.
Director Adcock,
Present.
Vice Mayor Webb, Mayor Scott.
Here. Let me recognize Director Hines, who will give our invocation.
Thank you. Please bow your heads. I wanted to start with a couple of scripture readings to remember God's promise. 1 Peter 5:10. And after you've suffered a little while, the God of all grace, who has called you to his eternal glory in Christ, will he himself restore, confirm, strengthen, and establish you. Psalm 34:18. The Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves the crushed in spirit. Philippians 4:5-7. The Lord is near. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer, petition, with thanksgiving, present your request to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Please pray with me for Luke, Siobhan, Lena, and all of Bruce's family. Pray for all of Bruce's city family members and colleagues here on this board. Please pray for all of his friends and members of our community he touched in his life and career. We beseech you, dear Lord, hear our prayers. In your Son's name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen. May we please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Members of the board, we have a National Bully Awareness Month proclamation I'll read. Miss Greater Little Rock Jada. Whereas bullying continues to be a pervasive issue impacting individuals of all ages, genders, races, and backgrounds, causing detrimental physical, emotional, and psychological harm. And whereas it is essential to raise public awareness about the negative effects of bullying and work towards creating a safe and inclusive environment for all individuals. And whereas education is a fundamental tool in combating bullying, empowering individuals with knowledge, empathy, and the skills necessary to prevent and address incidents of bullying, and fostering a culture of respect, acceptance, and kindness is pivotal in promoting understanding, compassion, and empathy among individuals. And whereas it is imperative to support victims of bullying, providing them with resources, counseling, and assistance for healing and recovery from the trauma they have experienced. And whereas preventing bullying requires a collaborative effort involving parents, educators, governmental agencies, community leaders, and organizations to implement effective strategies and policies. Whereas National Bullying Awareness Month serves as an opportunity to unite individuals, communities, and organizations across the city of Little Rock to take a stand against bullying, raise awareness, and promote positive change. Now therefore, I, Frank Scott Jr., Mayor of the City of Little Rock, Arkansas, do hereby proclaim October 2023 as Bullying Prevention Month. We present this to Ms. Greater Little Rock, Ms. Jada Simpson, on behalf of the City of Little Rock Board of Directors, myself, and Vice Mayor Kathy Webb.
Okay.
You can get some brief remarks.
Thank you. Thank you all so much for having me today. To Mayor Frank Scott Jr., the City of Little Rock Board of Directors, my Executive Board of Directors, and just everyone in the great city of Little Rock. I am very honored and humbled to be able to speak with you all today. I am Jada Simpson, Miss Greater Little Rock 2024, and I am extremely honored to be able to serve as your Miss Greater Little Rock this year. My community service initiative is a bullying prevention campaign entitled Be a Hero and Just Say No to Bullying. And that is to ensure that everyone is being helpful, encouraging, respectful, and open to others. My plans this year are to share my community service initiative in various school and community settings across the Little Rock area and beyond. My goal is to bring awareness to bullying and the lasting effects that it has on kids and ways that we can stop it. Thank you, Mayor Frank Scott Jr., for this huge honor and proclamation in making the month of October in the city of Little Rock National Bullying Awareness Month. 160,000 students each day refuse to go to school out of the fear of being bullied. It is initiatives such as these that are so imperative in helping towards reaching the goal of not only the students being bullied, but the bullies themselves, to bring awareness to this epidemic in our society. I look forward to a positive, impactful, and exciting year serving as your Miss Greater Little Rock 2024. Thank you all so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll now have a presentation on the March 31st, 2023 EF3 tornado with the update from Matt Burks and Nathan Spicer, who lead our Emergency Management Administration.
Good evening. Thank you, Mayor, board members, for the opportunity to provide an update on the March 31st tornado. We're roughly little over 6 months out from the tornado. This was actually one of the last assignments that City Manager Moore asked us to do. And over the years, we've worked with Bruce for 20 years and a number of disasters. And he's asked us over the years to present to this body. And so this is one of the last assignments he gave to us, and this will be the only presentation over the years that he's not here. So we just want to say we're going to miss him, and we enjoyed those 20 years working with him. We'll go ahead and get started. As most of you know, March 31st, we were hit by a roughly 6-mile tornado. Went through a good portion of the city. 105 homes were destroyed. 540 homes with major damage. Thank you. Most of those homes are in some sort of process of being rebuilt, and it's still looking like probably a year plus for full recovery. So we asked FEMA to come in and provide individual assistance to those homeowners and renters who were affected. There were 3,837 FEMA registrations with over $3 million awarded to those affected within the city of Little Rock. We had 200 pallets of donated water, received over 250 pallets of other donated resources, clothes, food, things of that nature. Go to the next slide, please. So debris removal, we collected over 500,000 cubic yards of debris that was removed with contracted and city resources. FEMA picked up 100% FEMA cost share for about $4.4 million of that. Then another 75%, they picked up about $3.5 million. So we're very thankful for FEMA and their support in helping us get that debris picked up. We've got about 14 active projects with FEMA right now. I've got a few examples listed here, Fire Station 9, Reservoir Park, Murray Park. And those three also will be receiving insurance funds. So we're working with the insurance company and FEMA to make sure that the city's made whole with those three projects. Various roadways, street sides have been damaged and have been replaced. We're also emergency protective measures, overtime costs, and our sheltering costs will also be projects that we're working on FEMA with. And that's a continuous process. We meet with FEMA every week. It's a lot of paperwork. It's a federal process, so we're still working through that. They've been very supportive, and we have no complaints with FEMA. Next slide. I'm going to turn it over to Nathan. He's going to talk a little bit about LR Cares, the city-sponsored private nonprofit.
Thank you, Matt. So LR Cares was active in this disaster. So LR Cares is the City of Little Rock sponsored private nonprofit. It is a 501c3 certified through the Internal Revenue Service and through the Secretary of State. Primary mission of LR Cares is humanitarian and disaster response. That's why it was formed. So for LR Cares, we did contract with City of Little Rock budget funds, not funds donated through LR Cares, with Heart of Arkansas United Way. That's the local Little Rock United Way chapter to manage applications and grants to residents. So that's individual grants to residents who had damages to homes or apartments. Total allocation of approximately $400,000 for individuals. To date, 263 eligible applicants have been received through Heart of Arkansas United Way, and approved applications will be notified by mid-November of grant award. We kind of also wanted to go over some of the lessons learned, improvement plans we've had through the disaster, some of the strengths that we've seen. The staff and disaster experience within the city of Little Rock is second to none. I would say in the last 3 to 4 years has probably been the most active in my close to 20 years of emergency management here within the city. The 2019 river flood, racial justice protests of 2020, ice storms. We had a hurricane. What was that? COVID. Can't forget COVID. Sorry. So yeah, it's been a very, very active time period within emergency management. So the City of Little Rock staff experience in disaster response is some of the best in the nation, in my opinion. We used a family assistance center response format within to respond for individuals within this disaster. So the Family Assistance Center format is what I would call a one-stop shop for everybody who needed assistance in the disaster during the opening days of the disaster. So that would be for donations management. If you needed a tree cut off your home through a volunteer agency, assistance with the Red Cross, you could all go to the city center from Emmanuel Baptist Church on Shackelford and seek those services and get provided those services. So that was a really good format, and I think that will be the response format going forward for a lot of the state. It was just a really good mission. Also, our debris removal, procurement, and operations. Public Works, the procurement division, finance division did a great job in procuring the disaster contract that we implemented for this disaster. And we did hear numerous agencies from ADAM to FEMA give kudos to us on how we administered the debris removal procurement process. A few areas of improvement. So we've seen this. So training and emergency operations center functions is one of the areas that we saw for improvement. A lot of our department directors are seasoned, have been with us for a while, but there's other people within the city who may not have experienced a disaster and worked in an emergency operations center. So us as the emergency management division need to do a better job of training the emergency operations center what its function is in a disaster. Vehicle and equipment availability was one of the issues that came up. If you have a vehicle down within the fire department or police department, you need that to respond. That becomes an issue in a disaster. I know we're working through that with fleet services as well. And then the last thing is the creation of a formal donations management plan within the city. We did a good job in donations management, but do we have a formalized process on how we accept donations and distribute donations? So we're also working on that formal donations management plan within the city. And I believe that was the last slide. Thank you.
Thank you. Director Richardson, then Director Phillips, and we'll get to the agenda.
Thank you, Mayor, and thank you guys for that presentation. Just a couple of quick questions. Have we completed all our debris removal in that area, or is there still work to do?
So the city, our contracted resources have stopped debris removal. And I'd probably turn to John Honeywell if he's in the room. Continuous debris removal, are we? Sorry, put you on the spot there.
Was that a yes, or we still have work to do?
No.
We haven't completed debris removal.
No.
So from a funding standpoint, your last point about donations, are we seeking donations to complete that, or do we have the resources in-house to complete that, and do we have a timeline with expectations of that being completed? My mom's home was totally destroyed, and all praise to God, she lived through that while she was in there. I want to thank Director Hines and Director Pack Peg was stopping by and visiting with her shortly after the tornado, but do we have the resources to complete that? And if so, do we have a timeline as a goal for completion of debris removal?
So the formal project through FEMA is generally a 6-month timeframe to get debris removed. That process was extended for another 6 months. So there could be processes in place if additional debris removal was needed. We also have an allocation through LR Cares. One of the portions, if you have a tree on your home or roof repair, that LR Cares could assist. We can't replace, total roofs. There's just not enough money to do that, but could assist homeowners in that process as well through LR Cares.
And Mayor, the second question, are we looking at, from a legal standpoint, of creating incentives for people to rebuild in those areas that were hardly hit? I mean, I think there are some people contemplating building in other parts of the city, and that area was a really nice place. So do we have that capacity, Mayor? And are we looking at funding streams for creating incentives to address the infrastructure work necessary and incentives for people to rebuild in those hard-hit areas? Has that been a part of our plan or our work?
We're definitely looking at that. I will say right now, the main thing that we're doing from a planning and zoning perspective is waiving permit fees in those particular areas. And then secondly, ensuring that those individuals who choose to move back, which we want to move back, that they don't have to succumb to updated planning and zoning rules, meaning if they built their house in 1960, a lot's changed since 1960. We're not requiring them to go up to code, which could be costly at times. And so those are the things that we're doing right now. We think that's the best foot forward at this point. And a lot of things are really on a case-by-case basis. There are a lot of residents that are still dealing with their insurance companies. And so unfortunately, it's a marathon, not a sprint in situations like this. But we're giving our all to be the best foot forward with the residents.
And you guys want to add to that? I know it's hard to follow the mayor.
Yeah, I was gonna speak on the insurance situation and individuals still dealing with insurance companies, and a lot of that's why you're still seeing debris. Maybe the insurance company just paid for them to get their debris put to the road. It's just an ongoing battle, I would say.
Well, thank you, and I want to thank you guys for the hard work, and John, and the hard work of all our city staff. Mayor, and thank you for your leadership on this effort as well. So thank you guys for the presentation and the wonderful work that you're doing, and please keep up the good work.
Thank you, Director Richardson. Director Phillips.
Thank you, Mayor. I was going to echo Director Richardson's kudos to the emergency management team, first responders, and city leadership during this process. So again, thank you. I know it's been a while in some of our minds, unless you're still living in those areas, but y'all did an outstanding job, and I want to say that publicly. My question, I heard a lot of comments during the days afterwards, that we were very fortunate that kids were still in school and the schools didn't let kids out and people weren't going to pick them up. So was that just a coincidence, or is that something that we can use going forward to work with the schools, assuming this happened during school day, a school year? Is there something that we can take and apply going forward as it relates to our relationship with the schools in these type of situations?
That's a great point. And I do think that was a big reason why we didn't see fatalities amongst our school-age children or anybody really. We are starting next week. We're going to have some meetings with the school district. We're looking at, there's some federal mitigation funding for safe rooms that are attached to this specific disaster. So we're going to start looking at how can we get some funding to put these safe rooms in schools. And, I definitely agree that keeping the kids at school was the right decision.
Yeah, so I guess, and y'all are the experts, but it seems like that worked out, so if we can get some way to bottle that up and say, hey, going forward, if these type of things happen, we're not going to release, or whatever the technical terms are, so we can have the same type of fortune that we had this time. And you mentioned the school district, but I would say school districts with an S, that we include Pulaski County Special School District in that conversation.
Yes, sir, will do.
Again, thank you for y'all great work. That's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Just make sure I got it real soon. Members of the board, we have 4 modifications to tonight's agenda.
Mayor, move for the addition of M1 and M2 to the consent agenda and the deferrals of ordinance 12 and 22.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say nay. Ayes have it. Madam Clerk, if you would, please read the consent agenda along with items M1 and M2.
The consent agenda consists of a motion to approve the August 15th, 2023, September 5th, 2023, and September 19th, 2023 minutes of the Little Rock City Board of Directors meetings, a resolution to authorize the mayor and city clerk to execute any documents necessary to accept a donation of property located at 3007 South Summit Street, Little Rock, Arkansas, and for the purposes, a resolution authorizes the mayor to accept grant funds from the National Education Association Foundation in the amount of $95,000 to support the city's community school initiative with the Little Rock School District, to authorize the mayor and city manager to execute any and all necessary agreements and other documents for the administration of the grant, and for the purposes, a resolution to amend resolution number 16,119 of September the 19th, 2023, to authorize the city manager to expend the sum of $2 million in economic development funds to assist with the port super site within the Little Rock Port, and for the purposes, a resolution to amend Little Rock, Arkansas Resolution 14,994 of May the 21st, 2019, to authorize the city manager to execute an amendment to the contract with Jacobs Engineering Group Incorporated in amount not to exceed $19,500 for additional engineering design services for the Little Rock Central High Corridor Phase 1 and the Little Rock Bike Connector Project, and for the purposes, a resolution to extend the South Main Temporary Entertainment District for 1 day on November 4th, 2023 for the Soma Entertainment District Cornbread Festival, and for the purposes, a resolution to authorize the mayor and city clerk to enter into agreement with the Arkansas Department of Transportation for the alienation of right-of-ways associated with the Dillard's project located at 1600 Cantrell Road, and for the purposes, a resolution to authorize the city manager to enter into a contract with Oakley Fertilizer Incorporated in amount not to exceed $300,000 for the purchase of rock salt for the Public Works Street Operations Division, and for the purposes, a resolution to authorize the city manager to enter into a contract with NSG Logistics LLC in amount not to exceed $300,000 for the purchase of rock salt for the Public Works Street Operations Division, and for the purposes. That concludes the consent agenda.
Move for the adoption of the consent agenda.
Second.
There's a motion second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Wait. For the board, I would just want to make it clear to all of you that on the ordinances and resolutions tonight, a reference to the city manager is a reference to the office of the city manager.
Thank you. Director Phillips.
Thank you, Mayor. And I know you admonished us last week about not having questions this week, so I apologize in advance. But I received an email from a constituent related to number 7. So is Director Honeywell here? If you can speak to, I think there were some concerns that this may impact the potential connectivity of the Arkansas River Trail. So if you can kind of explain what this does and whether it has any impact on the connectivity of the river trail.
Yes, Director Phillips. This project is part of the replacement of the bridge that goes over Rose Creek that the Highway Department is about to undertake. The actual alignment of the new bridge will be to the north or to the river side of the existing bridge. And as part of that realignment, they have to shift the roadway at that very southwest corner of the Dillard's property close to their parking deck that's located, if you're looking at the main building, to the left of the building. So this is actually right-of-way that's associated with that construction of the bridge. It will not impact future implementation of the river trail across that area to connect, to fill in the gap in front of Dillard's. So we're taking this new bridge alignment into consideration with the plans that we're making for the river trail itself. So it's a completely separate project from what we're doing.
Thank you. And to be clear, we are trying to connect the river trail in front of the Dillard's property along Cantrell.
We're actively right now with our consultant working on plans to design how that will be configured, yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Director Ellenwell.
You're welcome.
That's all I have, Mayor.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say nay. Ayes have it. Madam Clerk, if you would, please read the group items.
An ordinance to approve a plan setting development and establish a plan office development titled Lyon College Revised POD located at One World Plaza, Little Rock, Arkansas, amending the official zoning map of the city of Little Rock, Arkansas, and for the purposes. An ordinance to approve a plan zoning development, establish a plan development commercial titled Forward Properties STR PDC located at 526 South Oak Street, Little Rock, Arkansas, amending the official zoning map of the city of Little Rock, Arkansas, and for the purposes. An ordinance to approve a plan zoning development, establish a plan development commercial titled Forward Properties STR PDC located at 524 South Oak Street, Little Rock, Arkansas, amending the official zoning map of the city of Little Rock, Arkansas, and for the purposes. An ordinance to approve a plan zoning development, establish a plan commercial development titled Reading Properties STR PCD located at 1117 Kavanaugh Boulevard, Little Rock, Arkansas, amending the official zoning map of the city of Little Rock, Arkansas, and for the purposes. An ordinance to reclassify property located in the city of Little Rock, Arkansas, amending the official zoning map of the city of Little Rock, Arkansas, and for the purposes. An ordinance to reclassify property located in the city of Little Rock, Arkansas, amending the official zoning map of the city of Little Rock, Arkansas, and for the purposes. An ordinance to reclassify property located in the city of Little Rock, Arkansas, amending the official zoning map of the city of Little Rock, Arkansas, and for the purposes. An ordinance to approve a plan zoning development, establish a plan development commercial titled Chico Tire Shop PDC located at 7101 Baseline Road, Little Rock, Arkansas, amending the official zoning map of the city of Little Rock, Arkansas, and for the purposes. An ordinance to approve a plan zoning development, establish a plan commercial development titled Infinity Homes STR PDC located at 209 South Brown Street, Little Rock, Arkansas, amending the official zoning map of the city of Little Rock, Arkansas, and for the purposes. An ordinance to approve a plan zoning development, establish a plan commercial development titled Massiello STR PDC located at 602 Valmar Street, Little Rock, Arkansas, amending the official zoning map of the city of Little Rock, Arkansas, and for the purposes. An ordinance to establish the rate of taxation of property for the city of Little Rock, Arkansas to be collected for the year 2024 for various funds of the city of Little Rock, Arkansas to declare an emergency and for the purposes. An ordinance to amend Little Rock, Arkansas ordinance number 22,215 of December 20th, 2022 to adjust the fiscal year 2023 budget ordinance to reflect revenue and expenditure adjustments for the general fund, street fund, vehicle storage fund, and waste disposal fund to declare an emergency and for the purposes. First reading.
We suspend the rules and place on second reading.
Second.
There's a motion second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say nay. Ayes have it. Second reading.
An ordinance to approve a plan zoning development, establish a plan office development titled Lyon College Revised POD located at One World Plaza. An ordinance to approve a plan zoning development, establish a plan development commercial titled Forward Properties STR PDC located at 526 South Oak Street. An ordinance to approve a plan zoning development, establish a plan development commercial titled Forward Properties STR PDC located at 524 South Oak Street. An ordinance to approve a plan zoning development, establish a plan to commercial development titled Reading Properties STR PCD located at 1117 Kavanaugh Boulevard. An ordinance to reclassify property located in the city of Little Rock, Arkansas. An ordinance to reclassify property located in the city of Little Rock, Arkansas. An ordinance to reclassify property located in the city of Little Rock, Arkansas. An ordinance to approve a plan zoning development, establish a plan development commercial titled Chico Tire Shop PDC located at 7101 Baseline Road. An ordinance to approve a plan zoning development, establish a plan commercial development titled Infinity Homes STR PDC located at 209 South Brown Street. An ordinance to approve a plan zoning development, establish a plan commercial development titled Massiello STR PDC located at 602 Valmar Street. An ordinance to establish the rate of taxation of property for the city of Little Rock, Arkansas to be collected in the year 2024 for various funds of the city of Little Rock, Arkansas to declare an emergency. An ordinance to amend Little Rock, Arkansas ordinance number 22,215 to adjust the fiscal year 2023 budget ordinance to reflect revenue and expenditure adjustments for the garage fund, street fund, vehicle storage fund, and waste disposal fund to declare an emergency. Second reading.
We suspend the rules and place on third and final reading.
Second.
There's a motion second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say nay. Ayes have it. Third reading.
An ordinance to approve a plan zoning development, establish a plan office development titled Lyon College Revised POD located at One World Avenue. An ordinance to approve a plan zoning development, establish a plan development commercial titled Forward Properties STR PDC located at 526 South Oak Street. An ordinance to approve a plan zoning development, establish a plan development commercial titled Forward Properties STR PDC located at 524 South Oak Street. An ordinance to approve a plan zoning development, establish a plan commercial development titled Reading Properties STR PCD located at 1117 Kavanaugh Boulevard. An ordinance to reclassify property located in the city of Little Rock, Arkansas. An ordinance to reclassify property located in the city of Little Rock, Arkansas. An ordinance to reclassify property located at the city of Little Rock, Arkansas. An ordinance to approve a plan zoning development, establish a plan development commercial titled Chico Tire Shop PDC located at 7101 Baseline Road. An ordinance to approve a plan zoning development, establish a plan commercial development titled Infinity Homes STR PDC located at 209 South Brown Street. An ordinance to approve a plan zoning development, establish a plan commercial development titled Maciello STR PDC, STR2 PDC located at 602 Valmar Street. An ordinance to approve a rate of taxation of property for the city of Little Rock, Arkansas to be collected in the year 2024 for various funds of the city of Little Rock, Arkansas to declare an emergency. An ordinance to amend Little Rock, Arkansas ordinance number 22,215 to adjust the fiscal year 2023 budget ordinance to reflect revenue and expenditure adjustments for the general fund, street fund, vehicle storage fund, and waste disposal fund to declare an emergency. Third and final reading.
Members of the board, we've had three readings. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say nay. Ayes have it.
Two emergency clauses.
Members of the city board, we have two emergency clauses. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say nay. Ayes have it. Madam Clerk, if you would, please read item 21.
Do you want to open the public hearing first, or do you want me to read?
Thank you so much. Public hearing is now open.
An ordinance to approve a plan zoning development, establish a plan commercial development titled Sampson Auto Service PCD located at 8315 Colonel Glenn Road, Little Rock, Arkansas, amending the official zoning map of the city of Little Rock, Arkansas, and for other purposes. First reading.
We suspend the rules and place on second reading.
There's a motion and second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say nay. Ayes have a second reading.
An ordinance to approve a plan zoning development, establish a plan commercial development titled Sampson Auto Service PCD located at 8315 Colonel Glenn Road. Second reading.
We suspend the rules and place on third and final reading.
Second.
There's a motion and second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say nay. Ayes have it. Third reading.
An ordinance to approve a plan zoning development, establish a plan commercial development titled Sampson Auto Service PCD located at 8315 Colonel Glenn Road. Third and final reading.
Members of the board, we've now had three readings. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say nay. Ayes have it. Director Phillips, is there a motion to go into executive session?
Mayor, we didn't close the public hearing.
Oh, got to close it. Members of the board, all those in favor, please say aye. All those opposed, please say nay. Ayes. We're now returning from our executive session. Members of the board, we'll be making appointments. Age-friendly Little Rock Commission, I'm going to say these in a consensus statement. Ward 3 applicant, Timothy Freith. Ward 6 applicant, Kiera Lowe. At-large applicant, Dorothy Jackson. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say nay. Ayes have it. Commission on Children, Youth, and Families, at-large applicant Jennifer Cobb, at-large applicant Anthony Hampton. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say nay. Ayes have it. Land Bank Commission, Lisa Guillen. All those in favor, please say aye. All those opposed, say nay. Ayes have it. Excuse me. Parks and Recreation Commission, applicant Shamia Woods. All those in favor, please say aye. Little Rock Planning Commission, Ahmed Samad. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed, say nay. Ayes have it. Little Rock Sustainability Commission, Nick Cartwright, Leroy Emerson. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed, say nay. Ayes have it. MacArthur Military History Museum Commission, Patrina Robinson. All those in favor, please say aye. All those opposed, say nay. Ayes have it. Little Rock Housing Authority Board of Commissioners, Karen Buchanan, Bruce James. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed, say nay. Ayes have it. Also to the public, as with the support of members of the city board, we'll be announcing Emily Cox as the acting city manager until further notice. Let's give her a round of applause. Citizen communication. Glenda Sampson. No, it's, well, we'll keep moving. Bernard Sampson, that also was for an item, looks like, they left. Thank you so much, Director Wyrick. Priscilla, and I'm sorry, I cannot pronounce your last name. Was that my handshake partner? That Miss Priscilla? Yes, ma'am. All right, Priscilla Pittman? All right.
Can I ask if we have a kind of the Jim Daly, is everybody left from the Jim Daly in your list?
Everybody's left.
Yeah. So if I could possibly speak first, because mine is kind of a summary, and then each of the other people have sort of a specific comment.
So just so you're aware, each person gets 3 minutes. So we'll start a timer, and then at 3 minutes, we'll ask if you have it in writing to submit it to our clerk.
Okay.
And then we'll transition to the next person.
Okay, that's great. My name is Lane Brett, and I just want to talk about the Jim Daly Fitness Center and the pool problem. I wanted to say that we have been very patient, and we have gone through proper channels. On June 13th, we were at the Parks meeting in this very room. We had a meeting on September 28th, which I'm sure many of you have heard about by now. And so we still felt like that you needed to hear some of our frustrations about how this has progressed since February when the pool was closed. The Jim Daly Center is unique. I've never been anywhere like it. It doesn't matter your race, ethnicity, religion, political affiliation, financial status, age, or gender. Everybody's welcome, and all the people here tonight agree and support that. And we understand there's a lot of parks that are overseen by the City of Little Rock, but not that many have members that need to be kept informed, and it's been a very frustrating process. I think it's imperative that the members and the staff be kept informed, even if it's not good news or there's not much news to report, a general, reporting on a regular basis. Unfortunately, it's nearly November and the pool closed February 1st. And the city has known for some time that the pool was not going to be open till at least January of 2024. No formal statement has been made to that effect for the members or the staff. And the front staff answers numerous calls every day with people calling asking about the pool. There's a lot of people who can only exercise in the pool. We would want to know why no arrangements have been made with another facility like the Hayes Center in North Little Rock to make arrangements for members to use that facility or UALR or any other. As far as I know, there's been no effort to make any place else for someone to swim. And although the outdoor pool has been open, not everyone can swim in the outdoor pool because there's not a ramp to get into it. The aquatic staff at the Jim Daly Center is phenomenal. This spring, Jalen King and Michael Washington went out to the community, sought out and trained 22 lifeguards for the Jim Daly and the Southwest Center. There's a national lifeguard shortage, which is crippling pools all across the country. Over a third of the pools are closing because they don't have lifeguards. These guards will not have a job after the outdoor pool closes. In addition, facilities like Benton and Bryant are trying to take the staff away. Harrison Cush already left and went to Benton. We don't want to lose these great employees. Please don't let the hard work of the staff go unnoticed and unappreciated. It has a wide variety of classes and they're well attended. I would invite each of you to come for a visit, to attend a class and see what we're talking about. We also know that today, I was at the facility when 17 contractors were there, and bids have started. We've been promised that bids were going to be done in August. There's been all kinds of miscommunication over the course of this process, and we would just like for there to be better communication in the future. Thank you.
Thank you. Lane Brett.
That was me. I'm Lane.
Oh.
Thank you.
Priscilla Pittman.
Okay, I'll go ahead and speak.
He's not Priscilla.
I'm not Priscilla. My name is Patrick Brett, and appreciate the opportunity to speak tonight. I'm not from here. I moved to Little Rock 3 years ago with my wife, who's a Little Rock native, and I love it here. I just love it here. I joined the Jim Daly Fitness and Aquatic Center in January of 2021 during the pandemic. I've lived in 4 states, and it's by far the best fitness center that I've ever belonged to. My following comments are made with respect. I don't, I know that things are rolling now, but I was present at the meeting on the 28th, and I wanted to just kind of let you, for the record, let you know what I witnessed and how it was conducted. So on September 28th, I was present at the meeting with the director and deputy director of the Little Rocks Park and Rec. As many of you know, this meeting didn't go well. I know that this is past history at this point, but I just want to make sure this doesn't happen again. The meeting was requested by 2 members who met privately with Mr. Couch in August. He agreed to a meeting on September 28th, and he promised to come prepared to discuss the timeline of the indoor pool reopening with the members. The date and time were chosen by he and his department. 78 members attended the meeting. Mr. Couch arrived nearly an hour late. Approximately 1/3 of the members were angry and left before he arrived. He was completely unprepared and clearly irritated. He made several comments that upset me. They were comments that were dismissive, sarcastic, and insulting, in my opinion. He used phrases like eyesore when referring to the outdoor pool, and said that the staff keeps buying plastic chairs, which is ridiculous. It's not ridiculous. They're just making do and trying to serve their patrons with what they have. He repeatedly said, I don't have a magic wand, and talk to my boss. He also passed the blame to his predecessor for dropping the ball in 2017 when it was discovered that the HVAC system was failing. In a recent Arkansas Times article, he said the meeting was not on his calendar, but he also said he thought the meeting was just a pop-up meeting. There also seemed to be some question as to whether the money is available for the project. He said that the people of Little Rock want safety, and that is where the money is going. When asked about arranging alternate facilities for indoor pool activities, it was clear that Parks and Rec has made no plans, even though they have known for months the pool would not be open this fall and winter. When members pointed out that there would be no place for classes or swim lessons, he said, we taught plenty of kids to swim this summer. Swim lessons are taught year-round, and they're not just for kids. These kind of statements were very upsetting to me, as I said. Going forward, we all make mistakes, but how those are handled will make a huge difference in the future. So I would like to request that Mr. Couch and his staff make an apology to the members and staff of the Jim Daly Center. I'm done. And promise for more transparency and communication going forward.
Mr. Brett.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Pittman.
Hello, I'm Priscilla Pittman. I am 81 years old, and I drive from North Little Rock to go to Jim Daly Gym because I love my gym. I absolutely do. Handicapped persons, however, find it somewhat difficult. Going from the seated position to the pool, the outdoor pool, and you have to cross across cement, and sometimes it's difficult. And if you're worried about falling, you don't want to fall on cement for certain. At any rate, that is a problem because in the indoor pool, we have ramp that takes you down and everything has handrails and it's very, very convenient. The pool steps on the outdoor pool kind of are difficult because they seem to look like one step when you're standing at the edge of the pool. It's hard to discern the difference. And I just wanted to say that this gym is really important, and if there is any tax money that is raised to do whatever is going to be done for a fancy new facility, this facility needs to be kept. It's very important to us. It's important to the community. Thank you.
Thank you. Michelle Foster? Foster?
Foster. Good evening. My name is Michelle Foster, and I have been a member of Jim Daly Fitness and Aquatic Center for 18 years, since 2005. I'm also a dialysis patient. I have been since 2008. I know I don't look like a dialysis patient, a person with end-stage renal disease, but that's greatly due to my using the facilities at Jim Daly Fitness and Aquatic Center. I've found that using the water, swimming and soaking in the jacuzzi, helps to regulate the fluids in my body, which is very necessary for my health and my survival. I need that pool open ASAP. I am fully disabled and I am also on a fixed income. This gym and pool are ideal for me because of its affordability and its close proximity to my home. I save in gas and mileage and money and all together, which is why I cannot go to use another pool in the city while our pool at our facility is not functioning. They are both expensive and or far from my home. I would like to also add that in addition to my concern about my own personal need to use the pool, the employees of the city of Little Rock use our facility at a big discount. And while our pool is down, they won't be able to use our facility at this same big discount. You know, I'm just saying. That's all I had to say.
Director Phillips, you have a question?
Yes, sir. Mayor, I just want to thank the members who came and spoke about Jim Daly. We've received, I shouldn't say we, I know I have received emails from constituents concerned about the status, and I was wondering, Mayor, if whether it's you or someone in the Parks Department can kind of give us a status update. I know these folks, they probably know it intimately, but just make sure from the city standpoint that we're all on the same page on where we are.
Sure. We had a bid today. Those should come back here in the next 2 weeks and for us to select someone to fix those particular issues. We expect for the pool to be back open, we hope early Q1 2024.
Understood. Thanks, Mayor. And thank you all for coming. I know it's inconvenient, especially since we had a long executive session, but we hear you, and obviously we're working on it. So thank you for your input.
And Ms. Pittman, we do have the money to do it. I want to make sure you got the picture. Yes, ma'am. Oh. Vice Mayor Webb.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And again, sorry it took us so long. Can I ask, because I don't see Director Couch, and I've been sending a lot of updates to people about the situation because it is in Ward 3. Could I ask the acting manager to follow up on one thing that I've not gotten an answer from Director Couch on, and that is about an alternative location.
Yes, ma'am.
And if we could find that out and then let people know, that would be helpful. Not
Yes,
ideal, but it would be helpful.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right, also, I want to go back to the MHA those appointments are subject to a order from the judge, which we know is in process from our city attorney. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
For the MHA, say aye. All those opposed say nay. Ayes have it. Meeting adjourned. You're right, Director.